Are you ready for pain? Are you ready for suffering? If the answer is yes, then you're ready.
That is correct. It is 2021, year of our Lord Cthulhu, and we are here to say that this is now the ideal male body type. You may not like it, but that's just how it is. And yes, the world is very shitty.
Hey Mom, one of my trans friends had such a hard time the other day.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. What happened?
They kept getting misgendered at their family reunion.
Oh, that's so sad.
And they were actually misgendering them on purpose.
I bet that's gonna happen to a lot of people over the holidays.
Yeah, that's why chosen family is so important.
They're always welcome on our server.
How did you know? I do it all just for the clout. Because being trans is so fabulous. You get so much love, as you can tell. I guess I just also have the trans flag for kicks, too. I just think it's funny how hard-pressed you all are. Me trying to live my best life. Like, how does it bother you? But it obviously does, but you have the day you deserve, honey bunches of oats.
Once again, the world has proven anything you can do, I can do better.
Will somebody please get me out of this capitalist hellscape? In about 24 hours, it'll be my birthday, and I'm going to be dead broke because my employer misled me about a bonus that I expected to receive today. To make a long story short, my employer is offering a retention bonus to employees who stayed employed with the company through January 1st and worked all their shifts in each given week, like in the holiday season from Black Friday through New Year's. Now, I was really expecting to get an extra $150 on my paycheck this week. I was actually really counting on it. Now, as someone who actually needs this money to make her finances work, I feel exploited. I feel like this money was dangled in front of my face and then the company couldn't even prioritize delivering it the way that they promised. Just like they didn't prioritize fixing the computer system that for the entire holiday season prevented us from looking up our inventory. These companies do not care about us at all. All they care about is the bottom line. Anyway, I have no idea what I'm going to do about my job yet. I haven't made a decision. But if you would like me to have a very special magical birthday this year, and you've got the extra scratch, you can donate to me through PayPal or Venmo. All you've got to do is go to my profile and click on my Insta or my Linktree, and the links are right there. I love you all, and I hope you're having a better week than me.
I'm not being sarcastic or anything. I completely agree that we should all keep in mind that this lady is not a doctor. I'm just a mom. This whole thing started because a lot of people knew that I was going to the gender clinic with Summer, my 13-year-old daughter, who's transgender. And they knew that I was going there, and I promised to ask all their questions, and people left questions that I should ask. And I asked a lot of questions and got a lot of information from the doctor, and I came back, and all I'm doing is telling you what the doctors told me. So I can't give you further information beyond what the doctors told me, and I'm not trying to.
I've had a few gotcha comments on my video regarding my friend's difficulties in getting a cab in DC. They go something like this. That must have happened 30 years ago, and 30 years ago, all cab drivers in DC were black people. So that was black on black racism, and white people have nothing to do with it. Gotcha! Sorry, yes we do. We white people have everything to do with that. True, like today, most cab drivers in Washington, D.C. are predominantly people of color. But when I asked them, back then, why they didn't pick up my friend, they said, I have no problem picking up your friend. I just don't want to drop him off in his neighborhood. Their assumption was that because he was an African-American man, he lived in a part of D.C. that had a high crime rate. He didn't. Have you heard of redlining? Have you heard of systemic racism? Systemic racism doesn't care if you're black or white. It causes you to prejudge someone simply on the basis of their skin color. And white people are responsible for systemic racism.
Every now and then we will see some asshole say some shit like, oh, women want equality, can I punch a woman then? Equal rights, equal fights, can I punch a woman then? Let's unpack that. I have a couple of questions to people who say shit like that. First of all, why do you want to go around punching people so bad? Second, do you go around punching every man you see because they have the equal fucking rights as you? That's a rhetorical question. I know you incels don't have the guts to do that. Which leads to my next question, why do you want to punch women so bad? So in order to answer those questions, I had to go back to my own past when I was a toxic asshole. Now, obviously I never punched a woman because I'm not an insecure incel piece of shit. But I did punch people in the past. 100% of the fights I've been in was to assert dominance. Which is what this shit is also about, asserting dominance. I said this multiple times in the past, patriarchy boosts up male ego, telling them they're the shit, they're the alpha, they're the, the most important motherfucker in the world. And then the reality hits and they realize they're fucking nothing. So the only way they can feel better about themselves is through dominance. Whether financially, education, social status, positions of power, those are all the things that men have advantage over women because patriarchy makes it so that women cannot go further in life. So what happens when women have equality and those same advantages, or better yet, men don't have any advantages over women? Women get ahead of them pretty much every single time. Because they're more competent than you are, bro. You who don't know how to wash your fucking underwear or cook. So what you're fucking left with is physical domination. So you want to punch them because if women have the equal fucking rights, then you only have the physical domination over them. And the fact that you have the audacity to actually talk about punching women as fucking if women don't disproportionately make up the majority of domestic violence victims. And those stats are focused mainly on violence from intimate partners. It's not even talking about relatives that abuse women. And also, that is a data that is specifically focused on women. I'm not even talking about the other genders that are disadvantaged, abused, and fucking oppressed under fucking patriarchy. So why do you want to punch people who are already down that are trying to get the fuck up, bro?
Listen, if someone tries to tell you that they are offended by your pronouns, they're not offended. They're transphobic. And if someone comes up to me and says, my gender identity is axolotl fairy and my pronouns are fair, I'm gonna say to them, well, that's fair.
What is something that men do that lets you know they are insecure about their masculinity?
I don't even have a list. I'm just gonna start naming them and we'll see how many we get. Refer to themselves as super straight. Upon meeting a gay man, say any variation of the words, hey man, I respect your life choices, just don't hit on me, okay? Use the phrase, I hope she sees this bro, whenever they see a man vocally supporting a woman. Referring to other men as simps, whenever they see them vocally supporting a woman. Referring to other men as pick-me guys, whenever they see them vocally supporting a woman. Refer to themselves as nice guys. Complain about being body-shamed by women while body-shaming women. And lastly, anytime a woman posts a video of herself in even slightly revealing clothing, those guys who post the comment, women, we're not objects, also women, because they can't handle the idea of a woman being consciously sexual unless they can also think of her as an object.
Here are 4 things you should be doing as an LGBTQIA2S+ ally. Follow queer and trans creators. Learn about LGBTQ+ terms and experiences from LGBTQ+ people. Make sure you are not only getting a white perspective of queerness. Pay attention and research issues facing the LGBTQIA+ community, and learn how these issues specifically face Black trans women and trans kids. Finally, really internalize and acknowledge and accept that all sexual orientations and all gender identities are valid, even if you don't fully understand it.
You got clear skin, but at what cost? My friends think I'm gay? Is this you, bro? I don't appreciate your toxic masculinity, especially when it's apparent that you do your eyebrows. There's nothing wrong with men taking care of their skin, and there's nothing wrong with men being gay either. And I'm not gay. I'd rather be a 70-year-old me than a 20-year-old you.
I was following my president. I thought I was following what we were called to do.
Here it is, folks. The utter arrogance, stupidity, and ego of your average white person. She took a private jet there. Like, this is proof that you don't have to be smart to make money. So this ends all the arguments about Trump being smart because he made money, which he didn't. And I love this. She wants a pardon from this country's president for attacking this country. Yeah, it doesn't add up. white people, Jesus Christ.
When somebody's dead ass looking at you and over explaining like the simplest fucking thing, am I the only one who gets pissed off about that and wonders like, do they not see how fucking ridiculous that they're explaining this